She lived on the 7th floor of an old apartment building, a place designed for safety, with cameras on every hallway, every exit, every stairwell. There were no blind spots, no broken locks, no forgotten corners. Anyone who entered or left the building appeared somewhere on a camera. Every tenant felt safe because no one could disappear unnoticed. The last known moment of her life on record happened at exactly 6:42 p.m. She was in her living room, watering a plant by the window. Soft evening light touched her face as she scrolled through something on her phone and laughed quietly to herself. Then she put the watering can down and walked toward the kitchen. That was the final moment anyone ever saw her. When she didn't show up for work the next morning, officers were sent to perform a welfare check. They found her front door locked from the inside. There were no signs of forced entry. Nothing was disturbed, nothing broken, nothing out of place. But she wasn't inside. Her keys were neatly placed on the counter. Her wallet lay open on the dining table. Her shoes stood untouched by the door, lined up the same way she always left them. Her phone was on the nightstand, still charging, still at 84%. The balcony door was secured with its safety bar. The bedroom window was locked tight from the inside. She hadn't packed a bag. She hadn't changed clothes. She hadn't taken anything she owned. She had simply vanished between one room and the next. Inside an apartment no one had entered and no one had left. Investigators pulled footage from the hallway. They watched every second from the moment she walked into her apartment until the officers arrived. The door never opened. The lock never turned. No visitor came. No shadow passed, according to cameras. She never stepped outside again, yet she was gone. But something strange happened at 3:17 a.m. Long after she was last seen, long after the hallway had gone silent, the camera flickered. One single frame, a tenth of a second, glitched, and in that corrupted frame, her apartment door appeared slightly open, even though the digital log insisted it stayed locked. The doorknob looked twisted, bent in a way metal shouldn't bend, as though something had gripped it too tightly, or from the wrong angle. On the floor, stretching from the threshold into the hallway, was a shadow. It was thin, impossibly tall, and perfectly still. When the next frame loaded, the door was closed again, the shadow gone, the hallway empty. Inside her bedroom, officers found a single footprint pressed into the carpet. Not hers, not a shoe print. A bare foot, larger than any adult's, yet narrow, almost elongated. It faced a window, as if something stood there, looking out. The neighbor living below her reported waking at 3:20 a.m. to the sound of slow, deliberate footsteps moving across her ceiling. But by that time, the girl's apartment was already empty. No one should have been walking above her. Before investigators left, one of them noticed something else. The plant she had watered the night she vanished was still wet, soil dark, leaves fresh. But every leaf was bent backward, not forward, as if something had brushed past them in the wrong direction. Toward the window, not from it. Something moving through the apartment from a place no one could have entered. Her disappearance remains unsolved. But tenants on the 7th floor still report strange events at the same minute she vanished. Lights flicker at 3:17 a.m. Doors are found slightly ajar even when fully locked. And sometimes, only sometimes, residents say they hear footsteps inside the walls, slow and deliberate, as if someone is still moving through the building without ever setting foot in the hall.